Good morning, good morning. It's Ona, your energy customer service rep from Chicago, and this is an Ovomancy special for the fall equinox. It's September 22nd, 2022. It's a Thursday. I didn't know exactly what time of day I was going to do this. The actual equinox is at 8:03, between 8:03 and 8:05, depending on your source, Central Standard Time tonight. So right now, I was kind of getting ready, and I want to do this before there's a lot of input in the day. And the sun is just coming up, and it's so beautiful right now. And there's this bank of clouds that is just gorgeous. So I'm like, you know what? Let's do it now. So I set everything up. I dragged it up from the kitchen. If you didn't see in the community page, I put, it should be time-stamped when I set up the egg for the Ovomancy. So the equinox season, the fall season, is when the sun moves into Libra, okay? And it is equal. It is day and night equal in light, okay? Spring in Aries, fall in Libra. We planted those seeds, right? And man, oh man, holy cow, did we work hard this summer and harvested. And everybody harvested this summer, and now we're getting into the season where we're preparing to cozy up. I feel very much with the new moon and with the equinox this whole season, a cozy feeling, a feeling like your fluffiest shirt right now. Also, and I think this is more new moon related, there's a gold thread running through this, and I don't know why, and I could taste it as soon as I say it, and I see it in my head. There's a gold thread running through this season, and I cannot translate or interpret it at all. I don't know what it is. So, the sun moving into Libra. I'm going to go over, I just thought about this. Let's go over what the Libra area of the body is going to be highlighted. Okay, so what does Libra govern in the body habitus? And this is from Medical Astrology for Health Practitioners by Judith Hill. So the Libra season, Libra controls the kidneys. We know that. So think of anything in pairs, right? Scales and balance. The kidneys, you got two of those, that's awesome. Ovaries, lumbar spine, buttocks, okay? Although that is a shared journey into Sagittarius there with the sciatic nerve. I'm laughing because Cannoli definitely had a Neptune conjunction last night. I think the sun moved into Libra a little bit earlier for her, okay? A sense of balance, okay? Acid, alkaline balance, salt and fluid balance, the adrenal glands, hormones, things like that. And then things that we influence with other signs like Scorpio and Sagittarius. So basically that area of the body, the kidneys and such. That's what's getting highlighted in your chart also. So that's what's happening tonight. Definitely a shift in the energy. And if you haven't felt it, just smelt it. And if you're around here, I pretty much slept with the windows open because of whatever Cannoli ingested yesterday, left a stain on the wall. So, not to malign her or anything like that, but when I want to do things like this, I'm serious and I'm asking Spirit for a sign, right? I'm like, I want to document some things that have synchronicities and correlations. And Cannoli just keeps farting, so it's very Neptunian as well. There are some I guess there are some Neptune things going on. Venus rules Libra, and she's going to make an opposition in Neptune. So, gassy. Yeah, and yesterday I was at Patchwork Farms, and it was very sulfury. All the, broccolis and garlics and stuff like that. So I guess, Neptune is the sort of sulfuric kind of smell. And it's been heavy around here. So hopefully that tapers off. I put a little Pepto-Bismol in Cannoli's food this morning, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. And we'll get on to the Ovomancy before the sun washes me out and it will be a complete blank in the wall here. Simply, this is a very, very old way of interpreting one's energy, because eggs are so absorptive, they pick up on everything, right? So in Ovomancy, in times, and I know that this is called, and I can't remember the name of it, and I will embarrass myself if I try. It starts with an L. To hold the egg for a while, and then offer it to the diviner who scries that egg in water. Okay, so the egg is holding the energy of that person. So I've kind of updated it because, magic is magic and magic is chaos, to seeing if the egg can pick up and interpret the energy of like a person that isn't present, is virtual. So I use the fall equinox chart underneath the egg for, overnight. I don't want to leave it out too long, although you can leave eggs out for a while, to see if it'll absorb the energy of the fall, and if I can scry that albumin to predict what the fall season is going to bring. So let's see what's going to happen. This is so much fun. I love this. And the dogs are just waiting for that to crack, I'll tell you. Ever since I brought it home from the farm, it smells like a chicken. And they're just crazy about it. So let's see what happens. This makes me so freaking nervous because you get one shot, right? You get one shot. That's it. I can't throw another egg in and retake this. So let me make sure that I covered as much as I could. Yeah, I think we're good with that. And at the end, I'll show you what I've been up to and throw out the idea and show you a prototype and things like that. But let's get to the egg because the sun is magnificent right now. Sorry about the traffic noise. I do have the window open a crack a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and throw out that I'd like to think that this was coming from a blank slate, but the air has been very Neptunian. And I guess when I ask for a sign, I shouldn't expect it to be all, flowers and pears and candy. And, it's not like that. Synesthesia has some things that bombard you with flavors that are noxious, okay? Just ask filthy and disgusting over there, all right? Let's crack an egg. They'll tell you. And the thing is they like dirty stuff, the dogs. Clean break. Those chickens are badass chickens. They are badass chickens. It is the cleanest albumin. It just floats so nicely. I did put a little bit of salt in the water. I'm going to point the camera down. I did put a little bit of salt in the water because that does start to denature and tighten up the albumin. It'll be easier to see things. So let's take a look. I got the flashlight, and where's my phone? because I'm going to try and get some pictures and show you what I see. There's definitely some draping coming down off the sky kind of thing going on here. I'll throw that in the wash. Okay. You're gonna see what I saw. It's a picture of the moon. Have you ever seen these like vintage photos of the moon where the face is looking up into the yolk? It is so cool. I'm gonna show you that. That's straight from the top down. Let me try and move my laptop and the camera down so I don't think you could see what I see. There, you really can't see what I see, but I'm just going to definitely post pictures. So it's this face of the moon, like looking up to the sun. It's a nice, really, really cool. And now it's kind of changing. I'm glad I got that shot. Or maybe it's getting more profound. Who knows? Nope. Yep. Stop it. It's the glyph of Neptune. You know the glyph of Neptune? Yeah, that's what that is. Really interesting. Neptunian, study the Neptune. Neptunian energy, very much so. So cool. And from the side, there's definitely, oh wow. Now, let me do this. I have, I'm going to put a slideshow up against this and point out what I'm seeing, and you are going to, it's very definitive, okay? It is somebody like looking into the ocean. Her feet become roots of a tree. It spirals up, but she's like looking into the water, almost like the Temperance card in the Tarot, but looking down. More thematic of Neptune energy, okay, looking into the water like that. Really super reflective. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? See if I can. These stalactites are kind of cool. Yeah, this is hard to do. See, all I'm getting is my own self in the camera there. This is hard to do, sort of. It's not live, but live. So I am going to just leave it alone. I'm going to put more of the darker base around it and see through. And now that the sun is coming up, it is more difficult to see these images. They're more transparent than opaque, is what I'm trying to say. Sorry. Okay, so I am going to put together some definitive pictures, and you're going to see what I see. But there is this sort of this like moon looking up to the yolk of the egg, is the sun, okay, and this patience in the water, like looking down at the water. It's got a series of stalactites kind of thing coming off of that moon, okay, and at an angle, which is, it is the glyph of Neptune. So I'm going to put this whole thing together. It's going to be a crazy video. I'm going to do it though, because this one is actually showing up more stuff than I've seen in the past. I gotta say, oh my gosh. There's even like a north node thing going on here too. So think about all those curvy lines. Libra is ruled by Venus, right? At an angle you can see from the top. You know, I don't talk about this stuff or get into it, but because of the bubble on the top there, the whole story is inside this thing that is holding you. That's holding you like this. And the bubbly head just looks alienish, you know. So I always love to hear about stories from the skies, and I never make a comment or opinion about things like that because they're very charged fields, but the back of my head always says, you know, when we hear UFO stories, I'm like, yep, next page, okay? I don't know why it's taken people so long to sort of recognize that we are not the only source bubble in the, you know, in our sphere. Yeah, it's not the only planet there, and we've got proof now with the James Webb Telescope photos that the universe is so much more bigger than we could have ever possibly even imagined. That it's kind of mind-blowing, and honestly, looking at some of those pictures makes me homesick and I have to stop. Like, they're just incredible. So I'd say more stories around that, more stories around acceptance of that, or at least maybe that's what I'm hoping, okay? And I'd like to pull a card. Just to see. I'm using the Archetype deck again, and there's just like so much little stuff going on here. Just people like climbing this mountain kind of thing. Can we wait till the winter to climb mountains? It's much more fun. All right. We got two cards. Two came out. The Eternal Child and the Animal. The Eternal Child you will see in the Ovomancy, no doubt. So that is significant. The Animal, I'd have to read about these two archetypes in the book anyway, but the Animal, I think, is just the dog staring at the egg. But let me just grab the Archetype book and read about the Eternal Child, because how funny is that archetype when this season of the year, Libra season, is when most children are born. in the United States, if you look at that data, because of the isolation. It's a baby booming time. The isolation in the winter months, December, January, those babies are born in September, October, right? So there's a lot of isolation in the winter, and especially the north, the United States. That's just, one of those staffing facts, I guess. So let's look at the eternal child. That's number 4. Let's see what it says. Okay, that's interesting. The eternal child is connected to the timeless, ageless, and infinite aspects of life. It is radiant and fearless and seeks joy above all else and at any cost. Well, it's kind of Libra-y sometimes. It struggles beyond bound to an aging body with physical limitations in a world that demands attention to detail and logistics. The eternal child wants to mix all rules and responsibilities and go beyond what others say is possible. Make a plan for this equinox and following new moon. It's a season to make a plan to go beyond what others say is possible. There goes your bibliomancy lesson of the day, too. Right there. Okay? There it is. There it is, right there. It wants to return to the land of the free, where divine wine and creativity pour from the earth and sky. We all want to sip from the well of eternal youth, and this makes the eternal child naturally popular, perhaps even famous. The eternal child glimmers. It reminds us of what is possible, what is magical about this precious life. I like it. She's going up on the page. Credits goes to Kim Krans, Archetypes, cards, guidebook, words, and thank you for chiming in, sister. I don't know you, but you nailed it on that one, okay? That is our Libra season, autumnal equinox. Love it. We'll see, you'll see more of what I'm seeing right here and how it all kind of fits together as soon as I can figure it out, okay? And the sun is about to break. Love you, love you, love you, and we'll see you tomorrow. This was the daily message and Ovomancy all smashed into one. I'm going to be very careful and try and not destabilize this thing here, okay? We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, you know what? Also, it is harvest season, okay? So get your veggies for what you need and leave some stuff in the ground. Like, oh, if your tomato plants look messy and there's a bunch of tomatoes on the ground, leave them, okay? You don't have to clean up all that raking leaves and stuff like that. Don't start doing that. Let nature do what it needs to do, because next season will be as weird as last season, okay? Love you so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Love you. Thank you.